Gentlemen, it's been a quick minute. Anthony Joshua beats Joseph Parker. So he now has almost all the belts. The only belt he doesn't have is the WBC belt with Deontay Wilder. So it would be nice to see Wilder face up against Anthony Joshua and we get a unification for the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. That hasn't happened for a long time. Now, Deontay Wilder said a statement, and I wanna delve into it a little bit. He said that if he fought Mike Tyson in his prime, he would knock him out. Now, of course, you can't just look at Deontay Wilder's knockout percentage. I understand what people would say. Oh, he knocked out this guy, he knocked out that guy. Now, he's knocked out some really serious people. The only person he didn't knock out was Bervain Stavern the first time, and he came back and knocked his ass out the second time. So he's knocked out everybody he's faced. Now, here's the thing about Deontay Wilder. And some of them are not sloppy at all. The thing about Deontay Wilder is, if you look at these three guys right now, just look at them. Let's just look at them. Which one looks physically stronger than everybody else? And if you said Deontay Wilder, you'd be absolutely correct. This guy comes from Alabama, and he's physically strong. And on top of that, he'd been training on top of that. So the guy who's stronger than everybody else, I'm talking stronger, not powerful, not in terms of punching power, not the guy who punches with most power, stronger, is Deontay Wilder. Now, why I say this is because Mike Tyson faced some guys who were physically strong in his career. He beat a guy named Bone Crusher Smith, 37-year-old who had won the heavyweight title of the world. I think it was the WBA. I can't remember which one it was. And Tyson beat him, but he didn't stop him. He did not stop Bone Crusher Smith, and he couldn't. Here's the other interesting thing. Mike Tyson, that was in Mike Tyson's prime. Now, like I said before, Deontay Wilder is much more stronger and mentally stronger than Bone Crusher Smith is. And that's very important to remember. As well as putting the equation of agility into the equation, he's a lot more agile. And that will give Mike Tyson all kinds of problems to get on the inside of Deontay Wilder. Now, if you look at Deontay Wilder and you look at Evander Holyfield's build, it's very interesting that Wilder actually looks stronger than Evander Holyfield. And we already know Mike Tyson had difficulty with Evander Holyfield every time he faced him because Evander Holyfield was stronger than him. Not a heavier puncher, stronger than him. What I mean by that is, if Mike Tyson tried to do something, Evander Holyfield imposed his body on him or clinch up or lock up him, Mike Tyson couldn't do nothing. And that has to do with strength. Physical strength, where you can carry your body mass on another guy and impose your body weight or your strength on them. Now that's important to understand because being physically strong means you can take a punch. And we've seen that Deontay Wilder can take a punch, a really good punch, from some very hard punchers. Okay? As much as people was hoping that he would fall down or something or wobble, he actually takes a pretty good punch. And yeah, he's buzzed a little bit, but he's very, very strong. I mean, the guy, he comes out of the punch fest that might be landing a series of punches on him, and he would just kind of stamp his face, shake his body, and just move on. You know what I'm saying? He's cautious, but still, he can take a punch. Now, Anthony Joshua's been dropped multiple times in his career. And the time that Deontay Wilder got dropped, he got back up immediately to show that he wasn't hurt. Anthony Joshua's been dropped by some serious hitters, and then some other people have dropped him. And it just goes to show you the difference between the strength level, the focus, the mental strength that Deontay Wilder has compared to Anthony Joshua and also Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson was a very fierce fighter, but Mike Tyson stayed focused because of Andy Rooney. Andy Rooney came out of the equation, Mike Tyson's career went downwards. And my point being, Teddy Atlas came in the equation, and that it didn't happen. And my point being this, Mike Tyson mentally is a very intelligent person, etc. But mentally, he's not as focused as Deontay Wilder, and he wasn't as strong as Deontay Wilder mentally. Those are also important things to remember. Okay? Now, some of the defining fights of Tyson's career that he won were Bone Crusher Smith and Razor Ruddock. Those were some really incredible fights. But none of those guys have the dimensions that a Deontay Wilder or even an Anthony Joshua have. Mike Tyson has faced one guy with the dimensions of, and that guy was shorter than these two guys, which would be Lennox Lewis, who's shorter than Anthony Joshua, and he's also shorter than Deontay Wilder. And he lost to that guy, bad. Okay, so of course that was later in his career, but my point is, a prime Mike Tyson would have all kinds of problems with an agile, powerful, fast, and strong opponent in Deontay Wilder. And we all know the hardest puncher in the heavyweight division right now is Deontay Wilder. And he's not just hard, he's quick with it too. So, and he's very agile. So it would be very tough for Mike Tyson with a determined, agile fighter. Yes, Mike Tyson would have had more refinement, but there are things that Deontay Wilder does that makes him a little bit more difficult than people think he should be in the ring. And there's a reason he won a bronze medal at the Olympics. Okay, it wasn't just talent and just skill. Yes, he has natural ability. He's got some God gifting, but on top of that, he also does certain things in that ring that makes his opponents commit down the wrong line. Because Anthony Joshua is good, but he doesn't do what Deontay Wilder does. And that skill set that Deontay Wilder has, he doesn't keep his head in the line of his opponent now. He's off center all the time. And the thing about that is, even if Mike Tyson tried to rush the action, Deontay Wilder is a counterpuncher. So he would love that. He would love Tyson to run into something. You see what I'm saying? And so, believe you me, Deontay Wilder is more than he seems. Yes, he's a little bit sloppy with certain things, but he's more than he appears to be. And as the competition gets higher, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, when Wilder says he would knock out Mike Tyson, I don't really doubt him. I don't doubt him. Of course, it was a different time, too. But I don't doubt when Deontay Wilder says that. There is a credibility to it. I would love to see Wilder face the other super heavyweight, which is Anthony Joshua. That'll be a nice little matchup. And if you ask me who I favor, this is going to sound weird, but I'd favor Wilder to beat Anthony Joshua. Yeah. Anthony Joshua's got a lot of sharp skills, but Deontay Wilder got some things in his pocket that Joshua don't know nothing about. And until Anthony Joshua can get to be somewhere in that kind of level of the game, but he doesn't. He kind of boxes more like Klitschko and what Emmanuel Stewart kind of showed. And Wilder does some other things that most heavyweights don't do. And that's the thing that makes Wilder special and different. And he's also unpredictable in how he may put together a combination for an attack. So while he is somewhat sloppy, yes, sometimes the defense is open. Usually when he's on the attack, Wilder is a tricky dude. And nothing is as it seems. So I would love to see Wilder versus Joshua. And we'll see how that turns out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys have a great one. Don't forget, you can donate. To donate, you donate to my Western Union or to MoneyGram. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great one.